Salutations, friends. It is I, said Stevie, and today, we are taking a look at the most expensive knife I have ever handled. Not just on the channel, but in general. When I say it's the most expensive knife I've ever handled, there's no exaggeration there. It truly is. This comes to me courtesy of Steve Cler, awesome dude that I've met through the community, and turns out he lives like 15 minutes away from me. And went and did a meetup with him, the day after New Year's. And went back, checked out his collection, and he said, hey, ever seen one of these? And although I've seen one, I'd never handled one. He said, well, why don't you take it and check it out? So I'm going to be giving this special treatment, and I'm going to be channeling my inner CPM. And I'm busting out some gloves for this one. Not necessarily because I have to. I have handled this already once, but for dramatic effect, let's bust out the gloves, shall we? So, this is a Herman Knives custom, Polish knife maker. This box is even a custom fit box, so it's got this little brass latch there. I don't know what the box is made out of, however, it's very fancy. And inside, it reveals the Ishtar 3. And I'll pull up a picture of the card of authenticity here in a minute, but already, just look at this bad boy. This is the proprietary pivot tool that it comes with, but this is custom fit for this knife specifically. You can see it's been cut out for the pocket clip, and it's an exact fit. Like it fits it perfectly. So we will move this over to the side there, and there it is. That is the Herman Knives Ishtar 3, I believe. This is full Damascus titanium scales, backspacer, and pocket clip. You can see that it is a flipper only, and this blade is pretty gnarly. Let's give it a flip. Boom. Look at that. So, the card of authenticity is not one that I've ever seen before. This is, you can see here, it's the Ishtar 3, coming in what I believe is a 61 HRC Grimako on the blade steel, which I believe is it's Damacor, and there's like some Elmax mixed in with it. I don't know anything about this. It's so fancy, I literally don't know anything about that steel. But Steve said that the blade steel is Grimako, which is listed in this case as a stainless powder laminate with an Elmax core. So there's that. I do have a couple of specs pulled up just so you guys can see the length and all that. You have an overall length of 8.58, a blade length of 3.74, a handle length of 4.84. So it is a fairly large knife. Here it is compared to the Grazioso for comparison. So when I say large, it's not, huge, but 3.74 inch blade and a over 4.5 inch handle. That's what I consider a full size knife for sure. This is running on proprietary ceramic bearings. It says that in everything that I read on about these knives, that they are made by Herman himself. I'm not even going to try to pretend to pronounce his first name. I'll leave a link in the description, not to this exact knife, because I couldn't find this listed on the website anywhere, because it is, I believe, a full custom. But just everything about this is absolutely gorgeous. And if I didn't mention, this is a inset liner lock. Tight. I believe even the the liner itself is titanium, not Damascus, but the scales are complete Damascus. You can see a fair amount of internal milling in there. And I don't have a weight on this, but it's surprisingly pretty light. And the detent on this, well, first off, the action is buttery smooth. The detent is a touch on the light side, but I mean, you have to try to fail it. If you're going to really critique it, you have to really try to fail it. And it's super crisp. It's got a really good break on it. The lockup is pretty dang solid on it. And as I said, riding on ceramic bearings, it's completely centered. I don't really know how to review this knife other than just continuously saying how gorgeous it is. So you can see the pattern in the Damacore blade. It's absolutely stunning. You see the maker's mark there. A closer look at the show side pivot. And yeah, the milling in this is really, really good. It's got these pins that go through to a couple of screws on the clip side. I'm not entirely sure how that really holds things together. I'm not even going to attempt to take this apart, but you can see that it's very minimalist show screws, or screws showing, excuse me. There's a look at the captive pivot there, and then another look at this. What's this blade shape? A Persian? Is that what you would call this? Yeah, it's absolute. I'm gonna sound like a broken record here, but it's gorgeous. And I don't know exactly how much he paid for it, and I don't want to spill his beans, but these are well over $2,000 to get your hands on one of these. And so definitely, I'm handling this with extreme care. This is not going in pocket whatsoever. I don't know how that pocket clip's going to work out. I suppose we could take a look here. I happen to have my Beard of Doom Hank handy. Shout out Beard of Doom. Shout out Forrest Hanks. And we can try to use this as a... it goes over very easy. Very easy. So, assuming that would be going into a pocket, it came out just fine, or went in just fine. But I have a feeling I don't think that Steve has carried this. I don't know if he has. God bless him if he has. I would not carry this. One day, I would love to have a custom piece like this, literally just to be as a safe queen. Just to pull out and put on these gloves every once in a while and take a look at it. Being that I am a knife collector, I wouldn't mind having a fancy piece like this. So maybe one day, but this is not something I would put in my pocket. This is just too nice. This is a work of art. And I gotta say, it's been executed extremely well. Herman Knives is everything that maybe you haven't heard of Herman Knives. I hadn't heard of Herman Knives until I started hanging with CPM a little bit. He turned me on to them, his knives, his work. And I'll put a link in the description for Herman Knives Instagram as well, and you can just check out some of the work that he's done. He's got a couple of different models of the Ishtar and a couple other pieces out there, a couple other models as well. And I believe that Steve had a couple other, at least one or two other, at least one, the Dragonfly or something from Herman. But yeah, this is, you can tell there's going to be some people out there I know that say, I would never spend $2,000 on a knife. And I get that. I hear you loud and clear. But to deny the fact that this is not a well-crafted work of art, you would have to handle this to really understand what I'm talking about. Even if you're not into fancy knives, you have to be able to appreciate the craftsmanship that has gone into this and just the attention to detail, and just it's on another level. Just the action, the way it feels in hand, everything about this is just. I mean, it's a full custom, obviously, right? And until you handle one, it's hard to say that you know it's not, you're not going to really be able to appreciate it as much, or maybe you will. I mean, looks are 90+% of it, for sure. And again, I understand there's going to be some people like, I'm not into it. It's too flashy. It's too fancy. Again, I hear you. I don't own anything with Damascus. I don't own anything with Damascus or Damacor. Not true. I have a Damascus fixed blade from Mastranza Blades, but this is not typically my jam at all. This is not something that I would gravitate towards. Anytime there's Damascus or whatever the different, finishes of titanium are, whether it's back spacers or pocket clips or, pivot collars, that's just not my jam. Mokutai, all that, definitely not something I'm into. And a lot of times you will see variants come out, full dressed that have Damacor options, and not for me at all. But again, to deny how awesome this thing is would be it'd be reverse snobbery, really. So just wanted to show this bad boy off a little bit. I should be even wiping down my mat and using my mat is good to go for this, but yeah. Also, shout out to Bearded Doom. I know I already said that. One of the dopest logos. Absolutely love this Hank. Yeah. Done well by my brother, Forrest Hanks. But yeah, sorry, the lighting is not good when I set it down. So, but yeah, to deny this, in my opinion, the beauty of this would be some reverse snobbery. Yeah. So that's all I got for you folks. Just wanted to do a highlight on this video, being that this is not something that I'm going to be handling very often. And I need to get this back to Steve. Appreciate you, Steve, for letting me check this out. He let me check out a couple other knives as well that I got to get back to him. I got a bunch of knives on loan right now. E&G let me borrow some as well, and I need to start cranking out some videos. This is really, outside of my ramble, my first video of the year, and we're already 10 days in. I haven't really been filming much at all. I've been working a lot, but any hoodles, there you go, folks. Herman Knives, Ishtar 3 Custom. Let me know what you guys think. And until the next one, I bid you all adeuces.